Yay! Come on, louder! That's better. Now, who's excited to be here? Now, are you guys ready? Let's give a huge round of applause to all the amazing speakers we had so far. I'm Marigold, I'm 8 years old, and I'm your next speaker, and I'm here to talk to you about determination. It's never too early or too late, letting go of fear, and the answer is always no if you don't ask. When I was a toddler, I used to watch Home Alone over and over again. My biggest dream was to go to the Plaza Hotel and jump on the bed and eat candy just like Kevin. I used to pack my little suitcase, go to the door and say, "Bye, Mom, I'm going to the plaza." That was my biggest dream in the world that could happen at the time. A couple years later, me and my mom were at a market. I asked my mom if I could have a table there, like one of the vendors, and I was 5. My mom said, "Sure, honey, when you're older." And I said, "No, now." My mom said, "You know what? Let's think of some ideas." My mom found a listing for some supplies for making flower headbands and asked if I was interested. I was so excited. I started making and selling flower headbands at markets. I had to find a business name and picked Marigold Art Garden because my name was Marigold, I wanted to be a heart surgeon, and I love flowers. I started to earn money and saved it in my own bank account. Later that year, me and my mom were going to New York. I said, "Hey, Mom, we can stay at the plaza." And my mom said, "Oh, I must have forgot. I'm a multi-millionaire." But I said, "I can pay." My mom just stared at me, then looked on my bank balance and the price for one night, and she said, "You have enough, so maybe." My mom called the plaza to ask. I grabbed the phone and said, "Hi, my name is Marigold, and I'm a business girl, and I would like to book a night here." This was one of the most moments of my life. I was able to book a butler suite. When me and my mom walked into the room, there was Home Alone on the DVD player. Me and my mom went to the candy store and bought 2 big bags of candy, and we both jumped on the bed, just like Kevin. The butler brought me many sweets. This was the first time I realized that your dreams can really come true. Another dream of mine was to be a vendor at a market that was extremely hard to get into. I had always gone there with my mom, and my ultimate goal was to apply. I begged and begged my mom, and she finally said, "Okay, there's no harm in applying. I just don't want you to feel sad if they don't pick you." Then I applied. When I got an email saying I had been accepted, I was so happy. I felt so thankful to be at that wonderful event with so many talented vendors. Later that year, I attended many markets and some I wasn't accepted for. My mom was right. I was crying and said, "I'm never trying again." But my mom said, "The only way you fail is if you give up and don't try." Then I realized something. You can't always win. Sometimes it's just someone else's time to win. It's someone else's turn to shine and have their dream. And that's okay. There's enough for all of us to win. But the worst thing you guys can do is if you give up, then you don't have a chance. Do you have a chance if you don't try? Have you ever felt jealous of watching another person reach their goal while you're just losing and not getting your goal? Do you guys know what the difference is between you and them? You're crying and they're trying. I like to think of it as this: stop, drop, and roll. Stop watching the TV, drop the remote, and roll to your goal. Many times we're scared to ask, scared to try, scared to look stupid, but it passes. I was only sad for one day, then I tried again. If it's important to you, think about how good you will feel if you get it. I kept on working hard at markets and another dream of mine was to go to Paris with my mom. I had saved enough money to go. Me and my mom planned to go in December 2015, but because of the attacks, my dad didn't let me go. I was really sad. Then my mom explained about what was happening in the world and in Syria. Then I asked my mom if I could use my money to help people instead. My mom did some research. Then we sponsored a family from Syria as a group of 5 private sponsorship. The family came in 2016. It's important to know what's happening in the world and around you and help one another. That gave me confidence to try more things. When I was 6, I applied for Little Miss Calgary. I worked hard and tried my best and tried to just be myself. I felt very fortunate to win and represent my beautiful city for 2016. I was invited to attend many events, and at one event, I asked my mom if I could give a speech, like some of the other adults were doing. My mom said to go ask one of the organizers. The organizer said yes. I quickly wrote down a short speech on a napkin, and that was my first speech ever. I really liked it. No one had asked me to give a speech, so I went and asked. They're not a mind reader. What do you do if they don't ask and you want to get something? You ask. It doesn't just come to you. That gave me the courage to try more, to speak at other events. I met many local celebrities, community leaders, and politicians. I talked to the politicians at the events and started to learn more about politics. I feel very lucky to have visited City Hall and the legislature in Edmonton. My goal for 2018 is to go to Ottawa and visit the Parliament and watch Question Period. I am very interested in politics and want to run for office when I'm 18. Vote for me in 2027. Another huge dream of mine was to meet the Prime Minister. He had made an appearance during the Calgary Stampede and asked every single person I could find to see if I could meet him. I had written him a letter. Everyone said no, but finally, one woman said yes. I didn't give up. I got to meet him, give him my letter, and give him a huge hug. That was so amazing when my dream came true. I've now met him 4 times and want to be the Prime Minister of Canada one day. I am still selling my flower headbands and attending political events. I want to be a politician so I can help people. My platform will be to end homelessness, make sure everyone is treated equally, make sure everyone has opportunities to reach their goals, and make sure the environment is healthy. My next huge goal would be to meet Malala. I had dressed as her for Dress as Your Favorite Book Character Day. My mom met her briefly at a conference and got her to sign, "I am Malala" to me. It's one of my prized possessions. I like Malala because she helps girls get education and is very determined. She is one of my heroes. I have many heroes, including Martin Luther King Jr., Malala, and Justin Trudeau, and more. It's important to have role models so we can learn from them and see what everyone is capable of. People who inspire me are Tony Robbins, because he helps motivate people and says to never give up. Malala, because she's very determined and shows real girl power. Eddie the Eagle because he's very determined and did not give up his dream in being in the Olympics. Justin Trudeau because he helps Syrian refugees and takes really good care of Canada. Catherine McKenna because she shows girl power and she takes care of the environment. Martin Luther King Jr. because he fought for equal rights. Nahid Nenshi because he helped us so much in the 2013 flood, and also he wants to make sure everyone is treated equally with respect. Last but not least, Ellen, because she wants to make sure everyone is kind, and everyone can admit she's hilarious. It's never too early or too late. Just do it. It's never too early or too late. Take your dream and go for it. Don't be scared if someone says no. Just remember, you won't always win every time. Sometimes it's someone else's turn to win. And that's okay. There's enough for all of us. The only time you lose is when you stop trying. Be a unicorn in a field of horses. Here's some of my social media. And by the way, I'm saving up for my trip to Ottawa, and I have a table here. Hint, hint. Stop by. Thank you.